I want to make a video that's very important to me and I think is the video that's drastically changed my life the most. So today's topic is what fitness taught me about life. And I can really go really deep into this topic, but I think I'm just going to touch the surface today. What really got me into fitness was struggling with self confidence and struggling with purpose and looking for a healthy outlet. Now, most people's things were smoking, vaping, drinking, partying, those kinds of things. But I really never fit into that minority. So I was looking for something that could impact me positively and, take me to the next level in a social circle, which, I never really ended up coming to find those kind of people, still not at that point, but it's kind of, where you're at. What made me stay consistent though with this fitness journey was I realized that it had to become a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong journey of discovering who you are and why it matters. And it's a discipline, it's simply a discipline. Like I posted on my story today, for example, that, I've lifted 100 times, but yet I still show up. And I do it for the betterment of me. It sucks in the moment, but I know that it's for the betterment of me. The biggest thing about it too, the biggest lesson that if I could sum up fitness in one sentence, it would be that working out is so much more than just working out. And to elaborate on this topic, working out takes you to a new level. It's an upward spiral, if you will. It gravitates you to better things. It makes you want to eat better. It makes you want to sleep better. It makes you want to be in a better circle. It makes you gravitate upwards, right? That's why it's so much more important to me. And in a way, it saved me. It's allowed me to change other people's lives. It's allowed me to change my life. And that's why it's so important to me. Fitness affected my mental health in many ways. First being, it made me a better person. It made me more clearly thinking. It put me in a room with like-minded people for the most part. It just made me a better person overall. The days that taught me the most in working out too would be the days that I didn't want to do it, but I pushed through and did it anyways. Now there was days that I failed. There was days that I showed up and I put in 50% effort and left putting in 50% effort, and of course I felt bad about it, but it's a failure that that happened, and I learned from it and I grew from it, and I try not to let those days come often anymore, but it happens every once in a while. So that's what it taught me the most. Now, how I apply this mindset to outside of the gym is like how I was talking about earlier. Working out is so much more than working out. It's a chance to have a better social circle. It's a chance to spend time with people and help people become better. It's a good time to eat better and sleep better and have a better quality of life. And with health is the only thing that you can't get back. Like it's something that you can't really reverse along with time. That's why it's important that we prioritize ourselves, or we're going to fall in that train of just downward spiraling, what I'm talking about. Because if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And that's what I try to help people understand. And that's what I try to help people understand. And the way fitness has helped me deal with failure or even setbacks is that it's taught me that even if I fail, I have to be patient with myself, because failure is nothing more than attempts at finding / discovering the best version of yourself. And I see the gym when I'm in there and I'm lifting weights. I see the gym and lifting weights as being more than, again, just lifting weights. It's improving my spiritual health. It's improving my emotional health. The gym's carried over into emotional regards with me too. It's helped me be stronger emotionally and spiritually, because it's formed a callous mind. It's made me more disciplined. And that's why, it's so important. And my fitness journey has helped me become and grow closer to God, because again, it's a discipline. It's something that makes you work at it. It's something that's hard to do. So doing it has brought me closer to God because it makes me do things that I don't want to do. And that's a big thing with following God, is doing things you don't want to do. So that's why it's important. And I felt like God has taught me so much, with the gym or through the gym. Like, he's taught me gratitude and, caring about people, being a personal trainer. He's taught me patience. He's taught me all kinds of things through the gym, through my everyday life. And, it's hard to balance, being humble physically, and spiritually. When you're in the gym, you get big and you feel good, you look good, and you try to bring that energy to other people, like, hey, you should get in the gym too, and this is why, because it's changed me in this way or that way. And it's incredibly hard to stay humble when you're trying to have a conversation with those people, but you have to approach it with love and kindness and patience, and make small little nudges at them every day. But most importantly, you have to prove it to them why it matters through your actions. They have to see that you're living a better life through fitness, and that should inspire them to want to kind of jump on that wagon as well. And I totally see, training your body as a way of honoring God. It is, taking care of yourself physically and both eating and training is important. I think that definitely benefits the connection with God, and it strengthens that relationship. He's proud to see that, you're eating food for energy like you're supposed to, and you're using that energy and exerting it into bettering oneself. I don't think God would ever frown on you bettering yourself, and I think that's honestly what he expects. Like, there's a thing called wasted potential. And fitness has shaped how I treat people, in so many ways, because I've seen people come in with various amounts of problems. Like, I feel like that's mainly my job, is identifying somebody with a certain issue, whether it's knee pain, knee replacement, back, neck, shoulders, whatever the case may be. I've evaluated many people, and I have to work around their problems. So it's kind of humbled me in a way, because it's like, we're all human. We're all gonna, suffer in one way or another with our physical capabilities. And it teaches you to be patient and kind, and it humbles you. It makes you want to take care of yourself to avoid those things. And it just shows you a lot, working with people that are struggling every day. It really humbles you. The gym has helped me stay strong in so many areas of my life because it's calloused my mind. I'm not training for a purpose necessarily, but I'm training for life. I'm training to, when those hard times come, I'm prepared, I'm ready, so that's why I train, in all honesty. And a piece of advice I would give to somebody that's struggling in life, or even in fitness, is that take it one day at a time. Learn from your failures, bounce back even harder, keep going, and staying consistent. Like, I've had a bad few weeks, I've had a bad rap, I've had a day where I went in there, did nothing, and left, and felt like crap about it, and that's part of it. That's part of that journey of discovering oneself. Let yourself sit in that misery, leaving the gym, not, putting even 10% effort in, then going home and being lazy and struggling. Let yourself struggle, reflect on that, realize that you failed, and come back stronger. And if you're not in the gym, we'll try the gym. Give it a chance, because our health, I promise, is one of the most important things that you can lock in on. There's not many things that are important, but that's definitely one of those things. So you can have, whether you're spiritual or not, it don't matter, but to have a better life for your family and your friends and yourself, like, to have a better experience, you want to be healthy. So the gym is a non-negotiable. If I could sum up, what fitness has taught me about life in one message, in all honesty, and not to be super serious in this video, but it is, fitness has taught me a lot. It's taught me how to treat people. It's taught me things to get closer to God. It's taught me to be disciplined in other areas of my life. It's taught me gratitude. It's taught me so many things, and it's so important. But I just kind of scratched the surface in this video on what fitness taught me about life. So definitely give the gym a try. And when you go in there, of course, it's going to be overwhelming. Of course, you're going to feel like everybody's staring at you. But remember, it's a community of like-minded people. Go up to that person, ask them for some help. They won't care to help you 99% of the time, and if you feel uncomfortable with that, reach out to me. I'm here all the time. I'm always responding to people, and I care. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little thing or two, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.